Home sweet home. At the sun rose above the seven dwarfs' cottage, Snow White was already thinking about what to make for supper that evening. She had arrived at the cottage just the day before, after her evil stepmother, the queen, had driven Snow White from the palace, and the queen's huntsman had left her alone in the forest. Luckily, a group of helpful woodland creatures had befriended Snow White and led her to the dwarf's little cottage. Now, for the first time in a long time, she felt safe and happy. She was so grateful to the dwarves for sharing their cozy home with her. She wanted to give them a special treat. "Perhaps we'll have gooseberry pie for supper tonight," she said to her furry woodland friends after the dwarves had gone to work. The little animals nodded in agreement. Together they left the cottage and headed to the forest to pick berries. With all her friends helping, Snow White quickly filled her berry basket. Then she sat down among the sweet-smelling flowers with a sigh. "How different life has become," she said to her friends. "I don't miss the grand castle at all. I love living in this funny little cottage. A home does not need to be grand to be a happy one. Remember that." The animals exchanged looks with one another. They began tugging at her skirt to pull her to her feet. "What is it, dears?" she asked them. "Oh, do you want to show me where all of you live? I would love to see," she said delightedly. Two birds were first. Twittering excitedly, they fluttered around their nests, which had been built in a cozy nook for a nearby tree. "What a lovely nest!" cried Snow White. The birds looked pleased. The fawns were next. Pulling at her skirt, they brought Snow White to a dappled cleaning in a warm glade. "How cozy!" exclaimed Snow White. The fawns flicked their tails happily. Next, the chipmunks and squirrels showed her the hollow in an old tree where they lived. Then the rabbits proudly showed her the entrance to their burrows. "You all have such pretty little homes," said Snow White, as they made their way back to the dwarf's cottage. "Thank you for showing them to me. We are all lucky to live where we do, aren't we?" she said with a smile, and with that she skipped the rest of the way back to the cottage to start preparing her pie. She could hardly wait until the dwarfs got home.